Hey everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the Woosh Beauty Fold Out Face. This is an all-in-one complexion palette. Let's take a look at this bad boy right here. So you get all of this good stuff in one place. You open one thing and it's all right there for you, and it's really easy to use. And disclaimer, because I do like to be honest with you guys, I am a brand ambassador for Woosh Beauty. They are a newer brand and they just got into 250 Ultas last year in 2017. It is still weird to say last year and talk about 2017. Am I right? Anyway, so they're in 250 out of about 1,000 Ultas, but they are steadily climbing and they are growing, and they're just a really good brand. So I'll tell you a little bit about the brand and I'll tell you a little bit about this awesome palette, but I do want to be honest with you guys that I am a brand ambassador. I will try to be as unbiased as possible because obviously I do sell the product in Ulta stores and I rep for them, and you know, I'm like, this is an amazing product, check this out. But I'm not trying to be like, oh, they're the be-all end-all and they're the only product out there, and I'm not trying to say that they're the best of the best in the entire world. I am a firm believer that every brand has like hits and misses. I have always been one of those people that in my professional kit, I have all different professional brands. I don't have just one. I could never be that person that sticks to just MAC or just Laura Mercier or just whoever, because every brand, you know, I feel like they can't make the mark on every single thing. So, you know, I keep an open mind, but I just want to give you my honest opinion on this awesome product. What are you doing? Do you want to say hi? Hi! Hi. Hi guys, I'm Missy. I'm a little fluffy fluff. I'm gonna be a year old next month. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Mommy's gonna give me a cookie. Okay, bye guys. I just had an itch on my forehead, so please don't mind the red blotch that is now sitting there. So I am number 2 medium light in this palette. There are 6 different complexions, so chances are there's one that you can find that works for you. So Woosh is awesome because they are both vegan and cruelty-free, which means that they aren't using any animal byproducts, and they also are not testing on animals. It's very important to be both vegan and cruelty-free because vegan does not mean that you are cruelty-free. So I'd just like to clarify that for people. They're also all paraben-free and fragrance-free and mineral-based, so everything is going to settle on the skin nicely, be lightweight, not clog pores, and not get any of that, and not get any of those nasty chemicals in your body. So each palette comes in this silver packaging. It's very reflective, as you can see, but it is also very thin. You're getting all of your complexion products in one palette, and it's very easy to fit in your purse, which is a nice plus. What I really love is their Pro Girl mission. So Pro Girl, it's a noun. It's a woman who supports other women instead of competing with them. That is what is there when you open up every single palette. And I just love that because let's face it guys, we are in the day and age when we need to be supporting each other a lot more than arguing with each other, because there's some crazy times upon us, okay? So in each palette, you get this. This is kind of a guide on how to create different eye looks. You also get a different kind of pamphlet that shows you exactly how to use the product. So if you're a beginner, then it makes it a lot easier. Also, if you're a beginner, these are numbered, and there is a little like line going through the products. That is there on purpose. That is there so that you know exactly the order to go in to put these on your face. They try to make it as easy as possible for beginners and people on the go, and that's what I absolutely love. I do have everything on my face today, in case you're wondering. So I did use these 3 shadows. I didn't use the liner, but I used these 3 shadows on my eyes. And then I used this concealer right here for my face. I used this contour to carve out those cheekbones, girl. And then I used both blushes. I like to mix them together. And then I got that highlight going, and I mixed both powders together to find my shade. So I am representing to give you an idea of how it looks. Now, I will be upfront. I do have very nice skin. I take good care of it, and I try my hardest to. So I don't need tons of coverage, and I'm not even one of those that likes full coverage. I kind of like letting my skin breathe and let it show through. So it's a bit easier to achieve that look with this palette. However, this is a very adjustable palette, and what I mean by that is that it kind of adjusts to your lifestyle.
So first of all, you'll see that there are 2 concealers and 2 powders. Now the concealers, you can use in most of them, it's like as a concealer and a color corrector, or you can use them along with the powders for if you get more fair in the winter and more tan or dark in the summer, which is kind of the goal here, is that it's your year-round palette, that you aren't constantly buying and buying more shades and more products, which is another great thing. The other point I was trying to drive home with that is that this is a buildable coverage palette. So even though I don't like tons of coverage, the people who do, I like to demo this on them in the store and prove to them you can get as much coverage as you want from this palette. You're basically just mixing the powders and concealers together to get your desired look and coverage and shade. And that's the thing too, I tell a lot of people, play with this palette because your shade's gonna change day to day. Your coverage needs are gonna change day to day. Your attitude's gonna change day to day. So this is a very friendly palette to just play with, experiment with, and give it a go. Now the concealers are very creamy, which this is a good and a bit of a bad thing. So when concealers are very, very creamy, the part that I'm not such a fan of is the fact that they can crease very easily. For me, tons of concealers crease under my eyes, and these are concealers that do. They crease a little bit under my eyes, especially I always have to set my under eyes with a translucent powder anyway, but even when I do, I just have an extremely tough time. I mean, there are like 2 concealers in the world so far that I have found that have minimal creasing. Not zero, pretty much, but minimal. So this creases a little too much for my liking, and then when it creases, I find that, you know, a little bit of the coverage goes away. So for me, that's an issue. Not for everybody. It depends on your skin type and how you're built, okay? The reason I like the creaminess is because it's very easy to apply, it's easy to blend, and it's easy to build coverage. So like I said, there's like pros and cons there, and again, this is where you play with the palette and you discover what works for you, what doesn't. The thing that I am not a huge fan of is that these are not magnetic and there are no refill pans right now. I have been in talks with the company, and I'm hoping that in the future we will see some, you know, like palettes that are magnetic, so that when you run out of the concealers first, because that's probably the first thing that's going, you can pop new ones in and you can just purchase those. So we will see about that. I have no idea where that's going, but fingers crossed. And in case I didn't already tell you, under this plastic there is a mirror, which is a very nice size mirror. The products in here are very pigmented, in case I also did not say that. Very nice. Look at that highlight. Girl. Girl. Here we go. Here we go. So we got 3 shadows here and a highlight. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? Those are nice. They're very pigmented, very blendable. The other thing I want to point out with this palette, a lot of people will ask me, well, how is the wear? Does it really last all day? I am a firm believer in prepping your skin with a good moisturizer and primer, as well as eyeshadow primer, and setting with setting powder and setting spray. On that note, it lasts very well. But I can't guarantee that it's going to last all day, especially if you have oily skin. Can't guarantee that anything's going to last you all day, any brand, unless you're kind of doing at least some of those steps. Because all of those steps are there for a reason, and they really just make the makeup sit better, they make it last longer, look fresher, and so, yeah, that's kind of my answer there. With any makeup product, you're going to have some added steps to ensure that longevity. So this palette retails for $59 at Ulta. It also comes with a double dual-ended brush. What I mean by that, there are 4 total brush heads, but it's like a bigger one and then a smaller one in it. It's the most adorable concept ever. Those also have numbers on them to correspond with the numbers in here. So again, if you are just a super beginner, not only is this a great brand for you because it's good for you physically and everything, but it's going to guide you every step of the way. All in all, I'm a big fan of this palette. I use it on the regular, and 2 thumbs up. Wait, that's 1. 2 thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope it was helpful. Give this a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.